Hi guys, it's Jenna Mark here at Heat Media Day with Ethan and Alf, and we're gonna break down what Heat Nation should expect from this team this season. Right?
Okay, I think we can break it down.
All right, Ethan, let's do this.
All right, so here's my big takeaway from Media Day today. Everybody's happy, and that's different from the last couple of years. Eric Spoelstra sat down with us, and I basically said, "You seem energized," and he says, "Everybody's saying that to me." Well, why? Okay, A, he has a roster that makes sense. B, he has a lot of players who I think have individual motivations to be here. 3, he has a true star, which he hasn't had the past couple of years, at least not someone close to his prime. And 4, we got to say it, Hassan Whiteside's not here anymore, and I think that just lifted, it's just true, it just lifted a huge weight from this franchise. So nothing against...
He was a big guy.
Yeah, he was a big guy. so I just feel like Eric Spoelstra's at a good position right now, and the East has cleared out, and Eric said it a couple times today. It's going to be very competitive. I mean, there's no clear favorite in the NBA this year, and there's a couple in the East, but I think they're teams that the Heat can compete with if things break right.
So do you think it's more of a relishing the moment of a new start, a new kind of turning over a new leaf and all of that coming together, or is it more of just taking advantage of what he's got here now?
Yeah, no, I think it's a fresh start because he has some new blood. I mean, teams need new blood. I think when you're with a team, it gets stale, and I think that group got stale. Now you have some holdovers, but the holdovers they have, Alf, I think the big thing about it is the holdovers are motivated. Yeah. Dion Waiters is motivated. James Johnson is motivated. You're closer to the end of those contracts than the beginning.
The guys that they kept around, and we love Josh Richardson, but the guys that they kept around are the dogs, the ones who really want to grind, the ones who want to fight, the ones who fit really well with Jimmy's personality, and I think that's what people are excited about. The team, the roster, everything has coalesced really well, and things make sense where they haven't as much in the past couple of years. So yeah, it's a really exciting time. The vibe here, the energy here is just different than it's been recently.
Speaking of Jimmy, Spo said it, he's like, he really wants to work and take it to the next level. How excited should Heat fans be to hear that? Because like you said, he is in his prime, and yet he's still here going, I want to do more. I want to see where this can go.
Well, it's like I've said. I mean, there are things about Jimmy Butler that frighten other organizations, and there are things that this organization values. They want somebody who's going to call people out in practice. They want somebody who's going to tell them to be 2 hours early. They want somebody who's going to tell them they suck. Because because that's what this is about here, and it's just different from other quote unquote, I hate to use the word, but different from other cultures in the NBA. You know, I hate to use that word, but it is different. And Jimmy is a fit.
We got culture out of Ethan.
And right, you did. But that's why I felt that this trade had to be made, because you were giving up a good piece in Josh Richardson, but you were bringing in somebody who was going to be the alpha, who's going to call guys out. Is it going to work perfectly all the time? Is he going to be upset at times about certain things? Look, these things happen in the NBA. But at least they have someone here who's a tone setter other than Udonis Haslem. Udonis is great as a tone setter, but he's not on the court. You need somebody on the court to do it consistently, and they have that now. And they also know the cap space is starting to clear. There may be a second star on the horizon. Everything is pointing up for a franchise that has been stagnant for the past couple of years.
You need a top 15 player in this league if you're going to go to the playoffs, if you're going to do anything. The Heat finally have the top 15 player, and I think you feel it in the air today. They have a top 15 player, they add another top 15, top 20 player, and now you start talking about Eastern Conference title contention.
So, top 5 things that we should, expect from the season.
5 reasons?
Just
5 reasons.
5 reasons for 5 reasons. Let's do it.
To follow
5 reasons to be
sports.com.
excited.
Number one, you have a legit star who's worth watching, and he's a personality, and I think people are going to like that. You haven't really had that since Chris and LeBron and Dwayne and that team split up, and this team's going to be hated a little bit. Second thing to watch is they've got some exciting young players. I think Akpala is interesting. We sat down with him today. We haven't really seen him. Tyler Hero is interesting. Kendrick Nunn is interesting. 3, you've got players playing for new contracts. Guys like Dion, JJ, I think they're going to be motivated.
Goran and Myers are expiring.
Goran and Myers is expiring. And then also, we haven't mentioned him, Bam and Justice. What is the next level for those 2 players? And the 5th thing to watch, the trade deadline. The trade deadline is going to be fun for this team.
It's
I think
always the thing to watch.
But I think they have some pieces that they can actually move. And I think they're going to be in a position
December
where
is going to be
December
to All-Star break is going to be very interesting around here.
All right, there you have it, Heat Nation. Get excited.